Well, hello. This is an incredibly windy Cromer. This is Storm Eunice battling the UK at the moment. It's probably going to be a very short video. I'm quite comfortable here now, but the wind is beating the back of me here, and I'm sitting in an Edwardian seaside shelter. The sun, as you can see, has gone down. Tide is coming in quite nicely, and it's beating a path to the Norfolk coast, and it's getting quite fierce. So I'm here to try and get hold of some shots that are a little dramatic, shall we say, perhaps a bit of sea spray and such, but it's the wrong time of day for this. It's 25 to 6 in the afternoon, the early evening, and well, it's getting angry. I mean, it certainly is getting angry out there. So it's really a case of, I think, just waiting until that water comes in, that tide comes in a little more and starts really bashing the sea wall here. And hopefully, when it does, I've still got enough light to capture something. For anyone that's watching outside of the UK, Storm Eunice is one heck of a storm. We've had reports of winds of 122 miles an hour in England today, and that's they think breaking records. The storm's coming from the west coast over to the east, so the west coast of the country got really battered this morning. Rail services across the country have been ceased and cancelled for this, and yeah, it's a biggie. It's a real biggie. They reckon it's the largest storm we've had in the UK for 30 years. This sea is getting quite angry now. I don't think I'm going to get any light to capture the waves, because I reckon there's another half an hour, 40 minutes or so before the tide really kind of comes in and starts smacking the seawall here, and then getting plumes and such coming up, by which time there's probably not a lot of light. But if I shoot really fast with fast ISO, high ISO, then maybe I'll get something. I do not know. I'm also waiting for somebody to call me, so I have to go off and sort out something there. So I do not know whether I'm going to get anything here. I do know what I am getting right now. It's bloody cold. Thank you very much to Valerie again for these gloves. It's not been a cold winter a great deal this year, not yet anyway, and I haven't used them an awful lot. But I'll tell you what, right now they are absolutely welcome. If you want a pair of photography gloves, there's links down in the description, and up there is a link to a review of these wonderful gloves. Actually, I think I might get a shot here. Let's put over here. There is something I like down here, and now I've lost a bit more light, I can kind of get this a bit better. With the long lens, I can hone in on two shelters on the pier. I do like this shot. It's got some mood to it, hasn't it? Yeah, I've already got one in better light earlier. I'm going to try something else with it and see what I can achieve. So I do have a nice shot lined up in the camera here. You can have a look at it if I put that on video. Obviously, the aspect ratio changes from video to photo. This is 16:9 video, photo's 4:3. So we've got that. It's just these nice two shelters lit up by the artificial lighting on the pier. I do like this shot. Now, I've got to shoot this as two exposures because the artificial lighting on the pier overblows the shelters, so we get real highlights there, and I really want to drag the shutter so I get some movement in the sea as well. So I've got this set up. I'm at a 15th of a second, sorry, not 15 seconds to drag the shutter to get the sea movement and smooth that out. See what that comes out like. Oh, exciting, isn't it? Okay, see, what did that look like? That's worked well, but it's overexposed. As I said, it would overexpose the shelters. So we are going to use the EV adjuster on here And now I'm underexposing by 3.5 seconds. That's given me a much slower time on there. That was, I can't think what that was. It says 1 second now. I'm sure it's a little longer than that. I'm going to do it again so I've got a bit of variation. And I think, actually, you know what? I don't know whether you can see that. No, probably can't. But that shot on its own, the isolation of the shelter is rather nice. I do like that. But anyway, what I'm going to really do is blend these exposures together to produce what you're about to see, which I'm expecting is going to be all right. Let me know what you think of it. Basically hitting the back of my head. Yeah, you can see I'm being blown about a bit here. If I venture out that way, it's quite fierce. Anyway, let's hope that I can get some dramatic shots of the sea coming up against these sea defences in not too long. Hello. Oh, hi. Well, that was the phone call that I was waiting for, and that was a guest advising me that they were close, so I had to disappear off and go and let them into a holiday cottage just a couple of miles away from Cromer. So that was the end of my shooting for the night. I left the shelter, put my gear down because I was just going to get a little bit more B-roll, and the wind took it. First, the wind took the Osmo Pocket, it hit the deck, parts of it separated, the battery cover shot off, immediately was picked up by the wind and shot off down the promenade somewhere into the darkness. And while I was desperately trying to watch where that had gone, the heavier tripod with the Olympus and the 40 to 150 zoom on it, the big pro zoom, that hit the deck as well. I just about caught that, but I was pretty certain that there was an impact on that. Let's just say that the washing machine has got its work cut out. Somehow, though, appears that there was no damage done. I'm recording again on the Olympus now, admittedly not with the same lens, but it seems to be working absolutely fine, and there's no obvious impact on the lens either. And with the help of one of my video lights, I disappeared down the promenade into the darkness and even found the battery cover for the Osmo Pocket. What luck. Anyway, look, I hope you enjoy the couple of photos that I'm going to show you in a moment. These are ones I took earlier on when there was a little bit more light, and obviously I didn't shoot any more after the episode because I had to go and let my guests into the holiday cottage. It would be butch to say you should see the other guy, but the other guy was a piece of wood holding up a fence post that we'd cemented in, and I walked into it and it's a bit sore now. Look, thanks for watching, hope you've enjoyed it. If you want to catch up with some of my other material, this video here will take you back to Cromer early one morning where I'm dealing with some very, very dull conditions indeed. Take care. We'll see you soon. That's sore.